Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be sharing with you guys how to make this trendy Boubou abaya gown with buttons in the front. If this is something you are interested in, please keep on watching, and if you're yet to hit the subscribe button, do not forget to do so. Here in this channel I upload sewing tutorials, everything fashion, and without wasting much of our time, let us get into the video. So welcome back guys. So for this tutorial I'm making use of an Ankara fabric, and I have 6 yards here. I'm definitely not making use of the 6 yard. I actually made use of 4 yards of Ankara fabric, and this is bridal satin doll face, and I ironed ST to the bridal satin to give it some weight. I will tell you why later. Okay, so now go ahead to show you how to cut your fabric. So if you open this Ankara print up, if you should open it, this is how it will look like, and when you measure the length, you'll be having 45 inches. So 45 inches will not be long enough to make an abaya. So what you need to do is to open this fabric up completely. Okay, so I'm trying to show you how to cut out an abaya using an Ankara, how to make it long. Okay, so you can see the way I turned the Ankara fabric. So I opened everything and I turned it this other way. Can you see? And I just made a fold. If you fold it this way, it will be short. You'll be having like 45 inches, which is short. But when you fold it this other way, it will be long enough for you to get what you want. Okay, this is how you fold it, and then you determine how wide you want it to be. You can fold it into two this way, if that is how wide you want your abaya to be. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead and cut mine. So I've gone ahead to cut it, and I have front and back. Okay, I have two pieces and they are folded into two, and the length that I have here is 58. Okay, so now I'll just draw out a starting line. That is the first thing you need to do as usual, and I'll be working on the folded edge. So all my measurements, I'll be taking all my measurements from that folded edge. So the first thing I'll do is I took the back neckline, which is 1 inch for the back neckline, and then from there I also took the front neckline, which is 8 inches. So I just made a mark there. Okay, I'll not be drawing it yet. So now on this side I'll come down by 1.5 inch. This is to get our shoulder slope, and I'll connect it to the neck width of 3 inches. Okay, this way. If you have a ruler, please make use of your ruler. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to get the sleeve opening. So from the shoulder slope, I came down by 8 inches. Okay, this depends on how open, how wide you want your sleeve to be. In my own case, I made use of 8 inches. So this 8 inches, I'll just connect it into a straight line this way. Okay, so the next thing I will be doing now is to measure the total fabric. I forgot to tell you the total fabric. What I have here is 17 inches. So I folded this fabric. After folding it, I have 17 inches. Like I said, it depends on how wide you want it to be. So now on this my sleeve opening, I came in by 1 inches, and I'll connect it to the shoulder slope. This is to make our sleeve some kind of fitting, to give it a fitting. Okay, so just come in by 1 inch from your sleeve opening and then connect it back to your shoulder slope. So from my shoulder line, I measured my hip. Okay, so my hip line is 24 inches, and I just drew a line, and then on the hip line I'll be taking my hip circumference measurement, which is 9 inches, and then I'll be adding 3 inches to this for my allowance. So this depends on how wide you want your abaya to be as well. So after doing that, I'll measure what I have here, and I'll take it down in order for me to have a straight line. Okay, So after that, I'll just go ahead and connect all the lines together. Please use your ruler if you have any. So I'll connect this part now down to the sleeve opening this way. So can you see what we have? So on that sleeve opening, you can't leave it that sharp. So what I'll do now is to come down by 1 inches this way. Just watch the way I place my tip. And then after doing that, I'll go ahead and connect it. So after connecting it, I'll come to the shoulder and I'll add ½ inch at the top of my shoulder slope for stitching allowance. Okay, so I'll just go ahead now and make sure that my sleeve opening is well curved. So the next thing I'll do now is to determine where I want the pocket to be. So I want the pocket to be 1 inches below my waistline. So you can make it lower, you can make it on your hip line, you can make it above your waistline. This depends on what you want. After that, I'll just make a notch. So I realized that I was still going to trim off that part when I'm cutting. So after cutting, I'll go ahead and make a notch for my pocket. So now let's go ahead and cut out our fabric. So you first of all cut out just the back neckline. And then you cut out your shoulder slope and then the sides of your fabric this way. Okay, so after doing that, next thing you do is to take out your back piece. But before you do that, let's go ahead and make a notch on the waistline. I just made a notch 1 inch below my waistline, like I said earlier, and I just took away the back piece, and this is the front piece. So we're working on the front piece. So remember, I took 8 inches for the neck, and this is the 8 inches. So from that 8 inches mark, I'll take 2 inches this way. Okay, so just mark 2 inches down from the 8 inches neck width that you have. So I'm just taking 2 inches down to the length of the top, and I'm just connecting it into a straight line. So you can see where my 2 inches stopped. It stopped at the 8 inches. So I'll connect it to my neck width this way. Okay, just ensure that you blend this well. Okay, so you can see how I'm taking my time to blend this. So ensure that you blend it well, and you can see what I have. So after doing that, I'll just cut this out. Okay, so after cutting it, can you see the shape? Can you see what it's looking like? So our front piece is divided into two. So I brought back the back piece, and for the back piece, the center back, I will just make a notch there. Okay, so that was what I just did. So you make a notch at the center back, that is that middle line at the center back. Now our back is unfold. So what you do now is to place your front piece and your back piece together this way, and then you stitch it on the shoulder, just on the shoulder. So I am done stitching it on the shoulder. I used ½ inch. Remember the ½ inch allowance I added earlier, and this is what the both side is looking like. So the next thing I'll be doing now is from this center back, the back piece where I notched. Okay, that is the middle line at the back. From that line where I notched, I'm going to measure it this way. From this line, I'll measure it down to the length of this gown. Okay, from the center back, go ahead and measure it down to the length of your gown. Okay, so and what I have here was 60, and then I continued, so I had 63 inches altogether. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out a long rope. So I'll be using this this sorry, what is it called? So I'm using these briders. Okay, so I've gone ahead to cut it, and I made sure that I have a rope that is long enough, and I have 3 inches for the width. The width is 3 inches. Okay, you can make yours more than 2 inches anyway. So what I'll do now is to join these two together this way, because I want it to be long enough to round the entire neckline of the dress. Okay, so after joining it, this is what it is looking like, and you can see that I've ironed it. Can you see that folded edge? Okay, so this is how we'll be working on it now. So we'll go ahead and place it on this fabric. Okay, so we're placing it on this fabric. So to do that, what you do now is to, this is the 8 inches, remember. So I'm just measuring the 8 inches I took for my neck. Okay, depth. So from that center back, this center back, I'll measure down to that 8 inches that I took. Okay, so from your center back, just measure it down to your neck width. Mine is 8 inches, and I have 12 inches after measuring mine. So I'll bring back this long strap. Okay, so please, when you are working on yours, work on the rough side. I'm only working on the right side so that it will be visible. Okay, so now I'll mark the 12 inches this way. This is the 12 inches, and because I want this dress to have a slit, so I'm also measuring where I want my slit to start from. Okay, so my slit is 48 inches from my center back. Okay, so go ahead and mark your desired slit. So this is what I have. Do not forget to work on the rough side. Okay, so the next thing I'll do now is to measure what I have here. Remember, it's 3 inches. So that 3 inches, I'll divide it by 2, which is 1.5 inch. So I'll go ahead and place 1.5 inch this way. Okay, so you divide it by 2. That is from that 12 inches down to your slit. After that, you connect it this way, and after connecting it, you go ahead and stitch on it on the rough side. Guys, please, on the rough side, you stitch on it this way. I'm just drawing this on the right side so that it will be visible enough for you guys to see. So you go ahead and stitch it. So I hope I was not too fast, and I hope you understand what I did here. So I'll go ahead now and stitch it on the rough side. So I'm done stitching it on the rough side, and you can see what we have. Can you see the thread? Okay, so this is what it is looking like. So go ahead now and open this up. So just go ahead and take your time and open it this way. After opening it, you give it a good press so that it lays perfectly. So after opening it this way, I'll go ahead and iron this out. So I'm done ironing it. Okay, and this is what it is looking like, as you can see. So you can go ahead and test this on your neck to see if where you want your slit and your neckline to be is okay for you. If it is not, then you go ahead and adjust. So now we'll go ahead and put this on our dress. Okay, so this is the dress. So now from this center back again, which is why you have to notch your center back. Okay, from this center back, I'll bring it this way, and then you can see the line. So ensure you iron this, you make it equal, and then iron it so that you know where the middle is. Okay, so you place it this way, where you see me doing, and then you pin it down. Okay, so you just keep pinning it down. You can just take it to your machine and just stitch on it without pinning it down, and you can as well pin it down before stitching on it. So I just pinned this down just to show you how I'm placing it. So you can see that I'm placing this strap on the on the right side of my fabric. Okay, I'm placing it on the right side of my fabric. So you just place one side to that side, and then you turn this other side to the other side. So this is what it is looking like after I was done, and I am yet to iron this, but this is what it is looking like. So for the sleeve, I repeat the same thing. I just place this like this, and I'll stitch it down on both sides. Okay, I repeat the same thing on the other side as well. So this is what we have. This is the sleeve. Okay, so what we do now is to cut out the pocket. So for the pocket, I'll just carry a random fabric, and I'll place my palm this way, and I'll just trace it out. I'll make sure I leave enough space around it. Okay, and then I'll just cut it out this way, and I'll divide it into two, and I'll use this to cut another piece. So we'll be having 4 pieces for the pocket. Okay, so after cutting it this way, just go ahead and mark out the rough side, and then I'll bring back my dress. So I'll bring back the dress, and for these front parts, remember I made notch where I want my pockets to be, so it is easier for me. So what I'll do now is to place my pocket this way on the notch parts, and I'll stitch it down. I'll repeat the same thing for the other side. I'll just place it on the notch part, and I'll stitch it down as well. So ensure you place the right pocket to each side. Okay, so this is what it will look like. So I'll go ahead and stitch it down, and I'll repeat the same thing for the back as well. On that notch part, I'll place the both pockets just as I did for the front side. So I'm done placing it, and I've turned the fabric to the rough side, and this is what it is looking like. So what I'll do now is to go ahead and stitch it using 1 inch. Remember I left 1 inch for my stitching allowance, so I'll go ahead now and stitch it down, okay, from the sleeve, after which I'll hem the bottom part of this dress. Okay, so I'll repeat the same thing on this other side. I'll stitch it from the sleeve through the pockets like that. And guys, this is it after I was done stitching on it, and this is what it is looking like. This is the pocket, okay, and this is the other pocket. I am yet to give this dress a good press. And this is the slit that I have, and I've also hemmed the bottom part of the dress. So that's basically it for this dress. So I went ahead to create my buttons. If you want to see how I made this, please let me know in the comment section. I just use patches from the fabric to create this button. So I'll go ahead and place the button on this dress this way, and that's basically it for our dress. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for stopping by, and if this is your first time, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay, I upload 20 tutorials every week. So guys, this is what it's looking like, and thank you guys for watching till I see you in my next one. Bye.